What is going on, YouTube? AJ, Final Fantasy 11 online, Cat's Eye XI private server. And I don't think we need any. We really don't need any help in this one. But doing a quick lunch break video, and we're just gonna grab Ninja. Gonna do the Ninja quest. Probably should have gone /thief just for Flea, but we didn't think ahead. So doing some running. And for this, if you've never done it before, you could look up maps online, but we're going to follow this kind of secret passage right here, go across the bridge, and stay on that path. If you wanted to get to Cargo Crab Colin, you would go in a slightly different direction. Which we've camped that NM so many times. So many times. So go across this bridge. Should be careful if you're lower level, because I don't know on this private server, on other private servers, Thune here will aggro you from upstairs, and it's a bitch because he'll drag just about every giant along with him, and if you're low level, you're just gonna die. So if you don't have prism powders or a invis, I think he'll aggro you up to like 50 something. If you don't have that kind of stuff, you're gonna have a bad time. I think the last time that I camped Cargo Crab Colin, is that his name? I don't even know if that's his name. The last time I camped him on a different private server, I think Wings maybe? I dragged him and about 7 giants up, and we got him, but it wasn't pretty. Now let me see if I remember where to go. Do I go this way? Or that way? I think I go this way. I probably should have looked it up. Like, I know the way is convoluted. That's what I do know. And this is another one of those things, and I said it before on, I think last episode, for missions 5.1 and 5.2. If somebody is going out of their way to help you out, to do this quest, when you're a lower level, make sure you have prism powders and silent oil if you don't have sneak and invis, because it's kind of a... I think we could drop down there, but I'd forget, so I'm not going to. Yeah, I think it's right here in that, like, easternmost wing. Yeah, have prism powders and sneak on you, just so you're not making everybody else's life miserable with aggroing everything or begging for somebody to sneak and invis you. That would be always my caveat when I would help people on Kupu or Eden. I said I'd be happy to help you, just I'm not going to sneak and invis you through the whole damn thing. Maybe that's mean. Alright. I don't think... Great Axe, do we have a weapon skill that... Yeah, I don't think anything is... I don't think anything is AoE. I don't think you even have to kill these things, to be honest. They're certainly not aggroing me. What is going on here? Three times a charm. I don't know if that's meant to be like that. Maybe. Oh, right. So that was easy enough. I think we're going to... I don't know where we go now. Do we go... Well, might as well just go back to Bastok and double check, but I think we need to go to Norg. And if we didn't have the easy way to get there, the warps, like the home point warps and the book warps, we would probably want to do the fame quests. We'd probably want to do like Yag necklaces, or I think a zinc ore is the other one. You'd want to do that first, just so you're not running back and forth to Norg, because you're going to want to have at least your Utsusemi Ichi and your what is it, Tonko? Because Tonko is ninja invisibility, which will help you greatly. Maybe not so much on this server, but on other private servers, and if you're going to do any kind of like old school stuff. If you're a melee, you're going to be /ninja. Just to give your healer a break. Yeah, so Tonko, you'd want to buy like a stack of stacks of the Tonko, and if you're playing on a private server that has a even newer client, Ninja got, I don't know if it was Wrath or Wings of the Goddess. I think it was Wings of the Goddess. They got something called Momo-ini Ichi, which was their sneak. You could buy that one at... you could buy that one at... Oh, well, let's go to... I bet there's a home point crystal in here. What is this place called again? And yeah, if you have the ninja sneaking and invis, you're pretty good. Oh, I thought this was... Huh. I thought that was the town. Oh no. Rabo's up there. No biggie. Yeah, if you get yourself your own ways to sneak and invis, everybody will like you a lot more. You'll be a lot more popular. And I'm not looking forward. I'm going to clarify that. I'm not looking forward to Thanksgiving. I like Thanksgiving a lot. It's one of my favorite holidays. But as I've said before, my job, my full-time job, nobody cares. Like, nobody cares if there's 4 days in a work week. You're going to get 5 days of work done in 4 days. So I'll be working probably some late hours this week. And the only fun part, I think, is for me, is that if I make a video on Thanksgiving during the hours of 8 to 5 p.m., I'm going to feel like I'm getting paid for making videos, because I do get paid time off for the holiday. Some strangely shaped coral. I'm grateful for your help, but there's one problem. Cage Tord told me that if I wanted my item back, I would need to go to Norg and get it myself. As much as I would like to go, I cannot. I hate to ask you again after all the trouble you've gone through, but it would be too much to ask that you take the strangely shaped coral to Ryoma in Norg. I would be in your debt. Okay. So, we're going to do that, and we're also going to start ZM, the Zilart missions. I think we just have to zone in. And I'm not sure if we zone in via home point crystal, it's going to trigger the cutscene. So the first thing we do is we go there, and if there's no cutscene, then we will there's no cutscene, then we will zone in and out. Feels like a cutscene. Hold it right there, buddy. This ain't no cafe. What business do you have here? I've been here before. You finally made it, Purgatory. Lion. You don't have to worry about Purgatory. She's okay. Anyway, I thought you guys welcomed adventurers. Understood. What? That you're not answering. It's not an appropriate answer. Well, for starters, I should welcome you to Norg. However, as much as I'd like to sit down and talk about old times over a bottle of 813 Rolandberry, we must first face our new problem with Cam Lanout. You mean you don't remember what happened at Castle Zaval? Oh boy. Purgatory. REO? Alright. It all began with a stone. Or the legend says, in ages past, a sentient jewel, enormous and beautiful, banished the darkness. Its many-colored lights filled the world with life and brought forth mighty gods. Bathed in that light, the world entered an age of bliss until after a time, the gods fell into a slumber. The world was called Vana'diel. The legend goes on to say, from the darkest depths of the earth, the warriors of the crystal myth rose. Do you remember? Yes, I do now. Roagrim, it is good to have you back. How has this all come to be? As you know, I was the Talekeeper of the Galka, the keeper of our race's memory, but there was so much pain, so much anger. I think we just did this, didn't we? I let myself become trapped in a dark abyss of swirling rage and madness. Roagrim, the people are capable of kindness beyond angels. We read this already. You're not going to make me read it again. I think the kind of the purpose of that is it would take you quite a long time to get to Norg from 5-2. Like, they were expecting you to maybe wait like a couple of days or a couple hours at least. Quite an interesting show you put on. I don't know. It could have used a little more excitement. The Galka can never do anything right. Oh, that's not very nice. The Archduke of Juno and... What are you two doing here? We come to reap the seeds that we have sown. You've performed your duty well, as ignorant as you are. Oh, this one not very nice. I can see we still have a little more cleaning up to do, but that won't be a problem. What are you going on about? Give us some answers. Listen carefully, you sorry excuses for sentient beings. The crystal line will soon be revived and the gate of the gods will open. That is when the true Vana'diel of legend will be reborn. Eternal paradise, the land of the gods, the dream we Zilart have held onto for tens of thousands of years is about to become a reality. Zilart, you can't be. That civilization perished thousands of years ago. The great bane will devour the fair land of Vana'diel. The ancient seal will be broken, awakening nightmares of ages past. The blood of innocence will soak the earth, and the world will fall into a fear and despair. Ah, Galka, Yumes, Beastmen, no life on this planet has any purpose or meaning. Like I told you before, we will not be handing over Vana'diel to anyone. This is our world. Yes, I am no longer sensing the impurities that were blocking the power that lies deep within Vana'diel. The noise is gone. Simply defeating him 20 years ago did not silence the noise. We ran into a snag. We were unable to release him from the crystal with our power alone. However, with the Talekeeper, we had what we needed, but there's no need to go into the details of that here. Yeah, you don't have to. You could just end the cutscene whenever you want. Wait, I can hear them. I can hear the 5 life forces. I could hear them approaching, minions of the crystal. But as one bright star shines through the clouds at night, and as one song rings clear above the roar of the beasts, we hold to one hope in these darkest of times. This world is nothing but a grave, and you are the maggots that squirm through the rotting corpse. It's time we put an end to Vana'diel as you know it now. Hear us, we sing the song of hope and your requiem. That they will come with the wisdom of ages and strength of thousands to deliver us from our plight. We await the awakening of the Warriors of the Crystal. Come forth, Warriors of the Crystal, and cleanse this world of the filth that plagues it. Now that I'm thinking about it, the reason they did that also was because COP, I think you could do, it was COP first and then Rise of the Zilart as expansions, so they were just giving you a rundown if you were around in that time, but I'm pretty sure that when this came to US release, we got the base game and the 2 expansions right off the bat. I could be wrong. I just remember the first expansion I bought was Ot Urgan. Warriors of the Crystal. Oh. Meth. Those should have been a playable race. The like ghostly colored, like maybe if you got like a Matt's cap, like all your jobs to 75, you can unlock that for your next one. Farewell, lowly vermin. Your time is up. This is the beginning of the end. Finish them, Warriors of the Crystal. Yeah, they're... What are they, Archangels? Yeah, they look cool. Zeed, are you alright? Don't underestimate them. Their power is immeasurable. Oh. I didn't do anything. Why do I have aggro? No! Purgatory! You'd have to be crazy to stay any longer. We've got to get out of here. Lion. Roagrim. You did what Cornelia did for you. How wonderful. Oh, no you don't. Roagrim? I can still draw energy from this land. If I could concentrate it for one last time, I may be able to slow them down. Roagrim. There is no salvation for me. The Roagrim you once knew is gone forever. I expect no forgiveness for what I've done, but don't let them have Vana'diel. Now go. Okay. Come on, this way, hurry. Farewell, brave warrior. One does not need to be a prophet to foresee the outcome of this battle. However, I do not fear death. Good job, Shadow Lord. You're so edgy. My true self died 30 years ago. All that remains is an empty shell. Cornelia, finally we may meet again. You've been talking about Cornelia this whole time. Give it a rest, buddy. We're trying to save the world, and you're just thinking about 30-year-old dead Trim. Hey, Purgatory, are you alright? You mean you had forgotten what had happened at Castle Zaval? You must have lost your memory from the overwhelming shock of the whole experience. But by the looks of you, everything seems to be working. See that staircase over there? When you're feeling a little bit better, walk up the stairs and come to the room at the end of the hallway. Oh. Thanks for the guided tour. There's someone I'd like you to meet. I'll go there first and tell him you're coming. Oh, and here, take this. This map of Norg as a present from a friend. I already have one. I'd rather have Gil. What? And Setsu asked you to bring me this strangely shaped coral? Hasn't changed a bit, has he? Always a weak little worm. If I saw his face, I would smack him so hard. Well, at least he's finally learned the value of this blade. Yomi can now rest in peace. Oh, and let me tell you, I'm not doing this for Setsu. I only care about Yomi's daughters. Get out of my face. Okay. Everybody's so rude here. Might as well keep on going with Zillart while we're here. Welcome to Norg. Gilgamesh. Arg. Welcome to Norg. I'm Gilgamesh, the leader of these scallywags. Me daughters filled me in on your tale. I've been suspicious about Juno for years. That's why I had Lion investigating these past months. But blimey, I had no idea that the Archduke and his wee brother were Zillart. Zillart. It's too much. That ancient civilization perished so long ago, there will be no record of it. And who be these 5 warriors of the crystal myth? If they really are the warriors of that legend speak of, does this mean that the bane of the song sings of is us? Oh, that was really bad reading. We will cause the blood of the innocents to soak the earth. We will cause the world to fall into fear and despair. So we are the plague that the warriors of crystal myth have come to cure. I know nothing about crystal warriors or ancient legends, but I do know I'm not going to sit around waiting for these Zillart to take over the world. Cleanse the world, beginning of the world, beginning of the end. That'd be a lot of fancy talk, but let's see them say that in front of yours truly. I'm not running away from no fight. But how can we stop Cam Lanau's plan? We're setting out for the Temple of Ugly Pie. The Temple of Ugly Pie. Ugalapi. While not as ancient as Feyin, I do know some old ruins in the Temple of Ugalapi beyond the Yotunga jungle. Years ago, I journeyed there thinking some booty had be hidden in a place so ancient. That's where I met up with the strange old woman. Uh-oh. Are the ancient spirits still in slumber? Come again when minions awake. Arg. And then she vanished into thin air. I didn't know what to make of it then, but I never thought it would be something big like this. I'm sure that old lady must know what's going on. Purgatory, I want you to travel to the Temple of Ugalapi to find her. And before you go, stop and see the chieftainess in Kazam. If you tell her I sent you, she may be of some help. No one's going to believe such a crazy story. We're going to have to work to by ourselves on this one. I believe. Oh boy, it's Aldo. Great. Aldo, how long has it been? What brings you all the way out here? Lion, Gilgamesh. It's Verena. She's disappeared. But why would you go anywhere now? I have a bad feeling about this. It may have something to do with Cam Lanau's plan. I'll help you look for her, Aldo. If anything else happened to Verena... No, Lion. I have another job for you. What? Lion, appreciate your words, but let me gather some information around Juno first. Just knowing that Cam Lanau is up to no good is a start. If I find out anything new, you will be the first to know. Alright, come on. Thank you. Zillard. Was Zillard first or... No, I thought Promethea was first. Who knows? Okay, back to Bastok to finish. Ninja. My only hope is that somebody watches this and all of my mispronunciations of names of characters and zones get stuck in their head, and then they say it wrong for the next 20 years. It's my greatest hope. More reading. Just reading today. I cannot express in words the gratitude I feel toward your kindness. I sold this to help support my family, but then I realized my daughter needed it once more. Father, what is it? You bought another sword for Ayemi, didn't you? It's just not fair. You would stop going on about that. Would you stop going on about that? I've never purchased a weapon for your sister. Every katana she owns was acquired without my or anyone else's help. Then what is it for? I was going to wait, but I guess you are old enough to know. This dagger was your mother's. Yeah, give that little 8-year-old girl a dagger that's bigger than her body. Good idea, Dad. Good parenting. I approve. You mean this old thing was... Mom's? Yes, its real name is a shinobi katana. Mom was a ninja? Of course she was, come on. Long ago, Yomi, your mother, and I lived in Norg. Norg is a haven for the arts of the Far East. I was just a lowly crew member on a pirate ship. Your mother, on the other hand, was a master of ninjutsu, almost as strong as she was beautiful. And that's probably why she found comfort in a normal, boring man like me. When we found that your mother was carrying your sister, we left Norg and traveled here in search of a more simple life. It was at that time your mother told me this. She was proud of the road she had taken, and it was that very road that led her to the new life. What? The hardships that she had endured had to endure made her into the strong mother she was. Perhaps at that time she realized that she did not have much longer in this world, but she fought for 10 long years until she exchanged her life for the life of our second daughter, you, Cade. But... Jeez, this is a little much to be putting on your, 8-year-old kid. I never wanted you or your sister to take up the katana. When your sister said she wanted to travel to Norg to study the way of the samurai, I of course was against it. However, she was to keep, if it was to keep her from becoming a ninja. Cade, each day you remind me more and more of your mother. I remind you of Mom? And that's why I have been so protective of you. Maybe I was wrong. Unlike most fighters, ninjas do not just wave their swords. They lurk in the shadows and stalk their enemies. One must have the highest level of patience and concentration to draw that blade. Your mother left this blade sheathed to remind her of that. And now this blade will be passed on to you. The road you travel is for you to decide, but do not forget the message that remains in your mother's katana. Mom, I love this weapon of destruction. I thank you so much for your help in bringing the blade back to my home. I do not have much to offer you, but take this scroll detailing the secrets of the ninja as my token of appreciation. It was my wife's. No, Cade won't be needing it. All she really needed was her mother's strong will and spirit. If she wishes to walk the path Yomi chose, it will be her decision, but I have the feeling she will be traveling to Norg soon to find that path. Okay. Ninja. And I think we're going to cut this episode short right here. Or we're not. We're going to go to Juneau. Because if I'm going to... I'm debating... I'm going to level Ninja probably either way. But I kind of want to get Blue as well. Maybe. So let's go to... at least start the quest. The quest to get to Ot Ergon. Where the hell am I? How the hell did I get up here? Hello? I am now your ruler. Oh, I wanted to see what, how to get a brutal earring, too. I forget. I think it was this guy. Oh, and I think I have to be silly. Being part of the Tenshodo means you sell your soul for the right amount of gil. Besides taking risks is good for business, I always say. This time we've got quite the special customer, so we can't go prattling about the details of the request to just anyone. Getting wind of such a thing could make our client might angry, and certainly wouldn't want that. That's why I've been mixing up orders with random bits of information and giving out mere snippets at a time. Those of you that sense to be able to put it together, that's what I think. I dare say I think you may fit into the category as well. Anyway, that's how things are standing at the moment. Well, what do you need? Speak up now. Secret. Secret. Why, I must say, you're even brighter than your look. You got ear the same way, didn't you? Lately, people have been strewing about Tenshodo invites like there's no tomorrow, so a lot of Tenshodo members don't know that trick. Of course, me and the boss are on the whole different plane of thinking. Still, the notion of seeing the unseen was one of the main draws of the Tenshodo for me in the beginning. I've got high hopes for you. Okay, great. Great. Oh, sorry, I left the most important part, didn't I? Sorry to leave you hanging there. What was I saying again? Oh yeah, the Empire of Ot Urgan. You want to see the Near East, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. Oh. Well, aren't you clever? But once is enough, seriously. Anyway, that's enough batting around the bush for now. Let's dig straight to the juicy details, shall we? You know, the ships Tamora used to transport prospective mercenaries to the Near East. If you want to climb aboard one of those vessels, you have got to go through none other than the Tenshodo here. We've received a request from the Empire herself. Getting those ships to port was a royal pain. We finally managed to bargain a cheap price on some rickety old vessels, and you don't care. That's right. Sorry about that. A man's got to vent sometimes. Anyway, you should know by now things around here. If you want something, you have to bring me something. If you aren't in the mood to scavenge up what I want, you could always cough up gil instead. Of course, that would be the quickest. Let me make this explanation brief, shall we? Please do. You see, the prices are a mite different in the Near East. Something that sells for gil a dozen here might be a luxury item in Ot Urgan. Jumping straight to the point now, I want you to bring me some common items from this side of Vana'diel, and I'll give you the boarding permit in exchange. The more you bring me, the better. And I have put together a few lists to take a look. If you will leave, I will leave it to you which you bring me. Ah yes, there's gil too. Righto, you can buy your way if you choose. If you decide to go the gil route, you'll need, is that 500,000 gil up front? That's nothing for adventurers nowadays, right? You could also consider it your price of failure. Thanks. So it'll be, I'll read the list to you now. Yeah, whatever. Okay. I don't think there's a difference, and somebody could write in the comment section if there is. But I don't think there's like a difference between, I think one of them's a testimony. You need to get like what you fight Matt with. You just give him a warrior test or a red mage test. Like there's a couple of different things you could give him, but I don't think it makes a difference. And on our travels, we already have 1, 2, 3 of the 6 items here. So it's almost silly not to just use them. Right, one of them was a bloody robe. Yeah. Dalmal, saliva. So yeah. And that should drop like pretty easily. So what am I doing? Get rid of Thunder 3. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I think that these are for leveling up relic boots. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to call that an episode right there. We might be back. Sooner than later. But hope you enjoyed finding out how to, not even, if not, maybe not finding out, but watching me get ninja and starting Zilart. I had fun making that one. Until next time, take her easy.